Hallo, guten Tag. This is your German teacher, and today I'm going to talk about how you can revise for a speaking exam. So I'm going to tell you about 5 tips and techniques that you can use on your own in order to practice for that speaking examination. So the best way to practice for any examination, if GCSE or whatever, is to practice past examination papers. That is extremely effective. A little bit more challenging with a speaking paper, right? Because ideally you'd want to have another person there to ask you the questions and do that paper with you. So my first tip is to use those past examination papers to develop perfect answers. Writing down good answers is going to benefit your speaking exam. Now you must know what kind of answers are expected of you. For example, in the GCSE role play, they want very short answers. For the photo card, they want longer developed answers that include opinions. If you have a presentation to give, they would expect it to be more developed and complex than if it's an intuitive kind of conversation with your examiner. So make sure that your answers that you're writing down perfectly match the requirements of the exam itself. For some exams, the GCSE and the A-level, for example, you will be given a specific preparation time, during which time you will be doing what you're doing now. You'll be writing down the answers to prepare for the exam. You must know what that time is. For example, the GCSE, you've got 12 minutes to prepare. The first tip is to time yourself and make your written presentations specific to the exam preparation time that you're going to have. Now for the second step, you're going to use those answers to actually practice your speaking skills. The second tip would be to record yourself. Now, I'm going to give a little example of that. So I use something called Easy Voice Recorder because it is so easy. And down here is my recording button, and let's just do a little sample of how that would sound. So let me press my button. Letzten Sommer bin ich nach Spanien gegangen. Das war sehr schön, aber heiß. All right. So for my recording, I just click here. Here's my file. Let's listen to it.
Letzten Sommer bin ich nach Spanien gegangen. Das war sehr schön, aber heiß.
Okay, nobody likes to hear themselves being recorded. Yeah, it's always a little bit awkward, but it is a habit you absolutely must get into because there's so much you can learn from that. You're going to learn your habits of umming and ahhing and your kinds of hesitations. You could read a text to start out with and really sort of listen back for your pronunciation, for your hesitations. You can answer the questions that you've written down, redo the cards again with better answers, becoming more fluent. So use something like this. That's good for any exam. Now I'm going to show you another little app, and this is something called a voice keyboard, and the one that I use is called All Languages Voice Typing. So you can download that, and what it is, it's going to transcribe what I say into German. So I'm going to do a little example here for you. I've got to put my glasses on. All right, so again, I'm going to just record that same sentence and let's see what happens. Let's see if you can see this. Letzten Sommer bin ich nach Spanien gefahren. Isn't it magical? Letzten Sommer bin ich nach Spanien gefahren. So it actually told me, and here what I can do here, I can actually copy the text. I could paste my text in here if I knew how to do it. Paste. And then it's going to show me the translation of what I have just said. Yeah, letzten Sommer bin ich nach Spanien gegangen, and it tells me I went to Spain last summer. So very effective way of speaking, finding out what you've said, and using technology really in order to help you become very active in your revision. All right, I think that was the third tip that I have given you. Number 4, practice with your friends. Yeah, you must find friends, ask each other, break time, make every Thursday or every Wednesday German, French or Spanish break time. You're going to sit there, and while you're having lunch, you can ask each other questions. This is specifically good for the conversation, right? And then my last tip really revolves around training your ear for really good pronunciation and fluency. So I would suggest listening to a lot of German source materials. So I always listen to German radio stations. Here you've got all the different radio stations. I always listen to this one here called Info because
Wolfgang mehr als 1100 Corona-Abstriche abgenommen worden.
Because it's non-stop news, there isn't songs or anything, it's them always speaking. Another thing is to, on YouTube, listen to people who are doing German lessons, listen to them and do it like a dictation. For example, when they're doing something for children, so they're speaking more slowly, try and write down what they are saying. So then your brain is kind of linking what you're hearing to what it looks like written down, which is very useful for some of your other examinations as well. Lastly, I wanted to say that, of course, go to my website. I offer specific speaking examination practice sessions that are very, very effective in making sure that you're going to get that top marks for your speaking paper. I'm going to take you through a mock paper. I'm going to explain all the different cards and the little tricks that you can do in order to make sure that the examiner has to reward you in the top band. If you look down below for my website, you can find out more information about that. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any other suggestions of how to practice for a speaking examination, you found maybe a really good app or a good method, please share it with me down below so I can tell some more people who also want to get better at their speaking examinations. Vielen Dank. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen. Mach's gut.